Isn't it wonderful how listening to peaceful music can get you in the mood to relax and even drift off to sleep? That's what this video is about, sleep. I'm Dr. Seibel, Director of the Complicated Menopause Program at the University of Massachusetts and also a Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology there. And today I want to share with you some thoughts about sleep and how it can affect your health and some things that you can do to improve your sleep. Let me give you some examples. First of all, let me tell you what sleep does in terms of the impact on your body. A lot of people don't realize that too little sleep can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. That's three very important major illnesses that sleep affects. Another thing that people don't realize is that too little sleep can increase your appetite and actually contribute to increasing your weight. Let me tell you how that happens. During the time of sleep, the hormone leptin is being produced, and that's a hormone that normally is produced to turn off appetite. So what happens is, if we sleep too little leptin is produced, and our appetite is increased rather than being turned off. Something that simple can be accomplished by sleep. Now, it turns out that about 70 million Americans are getting, those are just the adults, are sleeping too little, and a majority of kids. And a person as it's an adult should be getting about 8 hours of sleep a day. So if you're getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep, it's too little. Let me tell you some things that you can do, some suggestions that I talk to patients about when I try to encourage them and give them information that will be helpful so that they can sleep better. Because sleep problems in my program are actually one of the top 3 or 4 things that everybody is complaining of. Here's what to do. Number 1, when you get to be close to bedtime, you're going to bed in 30 minutes or 60 minutes, turn off your computer, turn off your BlackBerry, your Droid, your iPhone, turn off the television, get away from those electronic things because they are putting electrons in your eyes that are stimulating you with blinking lights, and that just gets your brain active. So get away from all of that at least 30 minutes and preferably an hour before bedtime. Some other simple things you can do. Listen to music, which I just mentioned. Number 3, you can talk to a friend, a family member, someone that you care about. The socialization is a wonderful thing. Another thing that you can do quite easily is to read a book. This is another thing. Or you can do what I was doing when the video started. Take some nice, slow, deep breaths through your nose. Hold it for 5 seconds and let it out. If you do that for about 1 minute at least, but if you do that for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you will be amazed at how much your body starts to relax and get ready for bed. Now, some things that you can do to try and improve your sleep in addition that are really quite simple. Number 1, get some room darkening shades. These are very simple, they're quite available today and incredibly helpful. Number 2, get a bedtime that's fairly consistent. Try to go to bed within the same 30 or 60 minute window, if it's possible, as often as you can. Number 3, try to take the clutter out of your bedroom. Try and give yourself some space. Get some zen in there. Relax. It feels much more relaxed when you've got all that extra area instead of everything all cluttered on top of you. Number 4 is the fragrance of a candle that has something that you might enjoy. I recommend lavender. It's something that's really quite helpful. Number 5, get something like a warm bath before you go to bed. Just the warmth can cause your muscles to relax, and this can be very helpful. So all of these things are incredibly useful as you prepare for going to bed. Now, sometimes, for some people, it's not enough to have just these kinds of behavioral changes or lifestyle changes. But know that there are a number of over-the-counter products that can be tried for helping that are sleep aids, or if you talk with your doctor or healthcare provider, there's a number of medications that are sleep aids that can be useful for you. And these can be used sometimes just for 2 or 3 nights. And just by getting 2 or 3 nights of really good quality sleep, people can reset the clock in their brain and get that circadian rhythm back. That's what it's called, the sleep cycle back into shape. Now, if it's appropriate for you, and if your doctor agrees that it's a good and safe thing for you, estrogen can be very helpful too for improving your sleep. Let me explain to you very briefly how that works. You know that sleep is divided into phases, and the last phase is called REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. And it turns out that that part of the sleep cycle is incredibly restorative. Now, estrogen, when estrogen gets lower, the REM sleep gets shorter, and that reduces the restorative, the restfulness of sleep. So by giving estrogen, you will increase the REM sleep, and that'll go back up, and that allows you to have a more thorough, restful kind of sleep. So while estrogen isn't for everyone, it works wonderful if it is an appropriate choice for you. I'd like to continue to give you information that's helpful. We started off this segment with a lullaby, and this is from the Lullaby CD, Lullabies for Kids of All Ages. It's all original music that I've written. It's won 3 national awards. It's also gotten a wonderful review from the National Interfaith Coalition of Aging, and it is a great way to begin your sleep a half hour before you're ready to go. Put it on, listen to it, and begin to get into the mood for rest. What I'd like to do is, if you leave me your name and email address, I'd like to send you one of the MP3s, a track from it, and hope that you will enjoy it and find it useful. So just leave your name and email address, and I'll send it to you right away. In the meantime, sleep well, and remember, it's better to stay well than to get well.